Test. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. I can't hear myself. Can you hear me? Test, 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 test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? I can't hear myself. Can we get it so I can... Ah. Test, test, test. Yeah, still can't hear myself. Testing, testing. Nope. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, good yourself. Austin.
Nice to meet you. And you were having difficulties with Facebook?
Is that the other guy?
I think you have to talk with the producer because I'm only in charge of the translation side. They have to deal with the back end. Yeah, one of those. Yeah, I'm just testing audio. Thank you.
Testing, testing. Nope. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1. Yeah. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1. Can I? Which one's my dial?
It should be this one.
But for the actual, on the other, like
This one.
this one. Oh, and that's already on full. Testing, testing. Jeez, it's not very loud, is it? I can hear myself. It's just not that.
pay our respects to elders past and present. We acknowledge we play our great game on this land and respect the cultures of all First Peoples, their contribution to our nation and contribution to the game of Australian rules football. We'd like to thank everyone for coming today, including both teams, Bendigo and Goulburn Murray, our umpires, our supporters and parents for your investment and hard work. We'd also like to thank V-Line for their participation in this event today, the City of Ballarat and Sebastopol Football Netball Club as our host venue. I'd also like to call forward our two team captains. We'll get the toss of the ball done with Mr. V-Line. Team captains come forward. Bendigo has won the toss. Before we get started, we'll ask the umpires to give the half and we'll shake everyone's hands. It's the one for everyone. We look forward to a great day. Thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2025 V-Line Cup. We're live from Marty Bush Reserve here in Sebastopol. There's some trying conditions. It's cleared up a little bit, but it's been a bit in and out. Here's the weather today. There's been some rain trickling about, some heavy breeze as well, but we're about 30 seconds away from the first bounce, and things are relatively clear from what they were looking like only moments ago. We've got the NEB Bushrangers taking us, it's the Goulburn Murray Bushrangers taking on the Bendigo Pioneers here for the 2025 V-Line Cup, live on AFL Victoria's Facebook page and on YouTube through AFL Play. Austin Kruger's my name. Pleasure to be joined alongside you this afternoon. Of course, the V-Line Cup, Victoria's premier under-15s championship competition for country boys and girls footballers, provides a pathway to the higher-level talent programs such as the Coates Talent League, and for some, a step towards a career in the AFL or AFLW. First played in 1949, it's the 76th edition of the V-Line Cup. And we're underway here at Marty Bush Reserve. It's going to be the Goulburn Murray Bushrangers going to the right of your dial. The Pioneers to the left in the blue Guernseys, little sock up off the deck. There might be a bit of that this afternoon. He's trying to get the ground ball here was Charlie Conway. Couldn't quite in defence the first time. It was a good wrap-up tackle. Taking it around was Sophie Miller. And we'll be pinned for it too. So they'll get the first entry through Charlie Conway. Just pops the kick inside forward 50 to the top of the square. trying to get the forwards to run onto it. Bushrangers doing the defending early stages, didn't have possession of the football and a push, so that's going to be a free kick. Coming back here to Madeline Price. I was a representative last year in the V-Line Cup as well. As probably not the purchase she was after on the kick. As I mentioned, some tough conditions for these young footballers today. Trying to showcase their talents, and in the beautiful backdrop here, just outside of Ballarat. As you can see, the Rangers in the background. Also got two other games happening at the moment over at Ballarat City Oval and, of course, Mars Stadium. And Monday through to Wednesday, it's going to be jam-packed full of action as we'll throw this one back into play just outside forward 50. Maraka get a decisive tap down, but the entry's going the way of the Pioneers' early stages. A few early touches there. And just at the top of the square, yet again, coming up trumps in defence. There was Price, who's had a good start to this game, along with Charlie Conway for the Pioneers. A few helmets rolling about. Like to see that. More protection of the head is always what we're after. Georgia Cunningham involved here on this passage of play. Was somehow able to scoop that handball out into a little bit of space. Bit of a moppy start, but sent forward there from Meg Young. And they've got an opportunity for the first of the game. If the ball can sit for them, trying to track it down was Kate Batchelor, but the boundary line beats them all. Head coach of the Goulburn Murray Bushrangers, Sammy Heron. The team manager, Jane Miller. For the Pioneers, Daniel Petter is the head coach, and Jackie Carroll, the team manager. So they've been threatening inside forward 50, but well defended. Clearing kick there from Addison Stokes. As the rain just starting to get a bit heavier here. The wind isn't as bad as we initially thought. As Dalmere, the captain who did win the toss and elect to go to the left of your dial this afternoon. There's going to be two more games of action to follow this one as well. We've got a night game happening tonight. Very exciting. We've got the under-15 boys Division 2 and 1 matches. So the Pioneers have kept it in their forward half of the ground for pretty much the entirety of this first term. Just haven't been able to get that scoring shot. That might be a free kick. Didn't have the football as Taranto out of Echuca United, who's been in the best 4 times from 9 games this season. In some good form, pops it to the teeth of the square, and yet again in defence, Madeline Price. She's been stellar, probably stopped a couple of goals. Just some of those kicks when exiting defensive 50, just letting them down a touch. That's going to be touched off the boot, little checky. Here she is yet again, Madeline Price. And a Baruga. That might be a lasso free kick. Or is it a boundary throw-in? As we can see, one of the runners just retrieving the football for us. There are a few people in attendance today, but a lot of them just waiting in the cars at the moment, waiting for the weather to clear up just a touch. So toss back in. Feels like the Pioneers deserve a goal for their efforts, just been dominating the territory in this contest. Platfuss in the ruck involved on ground level. They're just ping-ponging around at the moment. No one could really get a clean look. It'll stay towards inside forward 50 here for the Pioneers, and their first opportunity really for goal might just go slightly askew when they get a very favourable bounce, but just goes the other side. I believe that was right. He was just bursting out of the stoppage there, but not a bad result, as they say. It'll stay in boards and stay in a threatening spot. Doing the rock work for the Bushies is Phoebe Guppy out of Mansfield. Couldn't quite get the tap down. Good Guppy, no one, and that's going to be high contact. So they've given away a few free kicks inside their defensive 50. Certainly not helping them. Sending it forward, Dalmere goes for the striking shots and misses just to the right. So they do finally get that elusive first score. I would have liked for it to be a major, but not quite to be as of yet. Luckily, we do have the nets behind the goal, so the player's able to retrieve it. That's a nice kick coming out of defence, taking the mark, Charlie Martin. And this is looking more promising for the Bushies. It was Joseph Hauser that was on kick-out duties that started this passage of play. Down the line they go. Couldn't hold on to the mark of Dalmere, and then bursting through Brenner Lane. Spanners further up the ground. They've got it pretty much since the initial centre clearance. Heckett's kick was just gone slightly off the side of the boot, and we'll throw it up slightly forward to centre wing here for the Pioneers. So Lily Haggart there in the ruck already. 175 centimetres out of Shepparton United. Hard to believe that some of these athletes are still in the under-15 competition. Charlie Conway trying to run onto this one. Slight little push there from Sienna Hurd. Did well defensively. She's done that a few times. Was able to funnel out the handball somehow. There was Jada Wright. She's had a few touches in the opening stages of this V-Line Cup competition match. It's our girls' division. And then taken to the ground, Sophie Miller. But the ball will slip out here for the Pioneers. Involved again was Wright. Taken in a 360. Ground level to ruck. Haggart slammed into the turf. Sophie Miller with a little spray and pray out of the pack. That might just work out for them. Slight fumble, though, towards the centre of the ground. Brenna Lane involved on ground level. Good pressure from the Pioneers. They're just trying to surge it forward any way they can at the moment, and it's going to work out for them too. Phoebe Hawker has found some space here at Marty Bush Reserve and the first entry. And a fantastic tackle inside forward 50. Ruby McLeod out of Moama. So the first inside forward 50, and it's looking like a very promising build-up. And there we go, taking the mark, Chloe Ryan, who can line up basically straight in front. Thought about playing on initially there, did Chloe Ryan. Comes in for the first goal of the game, makes no mistake. And with all of the Bendigo dominance inside forward 50, the Bushrangers were able to get the quick counter-attack through the middle, finishing off the job. Chloe Ryan with a nice set shot. Chloe Ryan out of the Moama under 12s, or under 14 should I say. He's only 13 years of age, Chloe Ryan, 152 centimetres. Probably be one of the younger players out there, having an immediate impact. So after a bit of a shaky start, they've just found some grounding now. Of the Bushies, the Goulburn Murray Bushrangers, of course. Bendigo trying to get their first major. Even the Ledger here, well, they do have the one behind. And plenty of the ball in their forward 50. Just couldn't make anything too meaningful from it. Guppy involved on ground level numbers with the Pioneers. Bursting away was Cunningham. Goes back in boards. Just missing there was Meg Young. Taken to the ground without the footy. Sophie Miller. And here we go. We've seen this last time. Great smother there. It was Ava Platfuss. I wonder if she's related to the Claudia Platfuss, who also represents Bendigo Pioneers at under 18 level. As it's just come off the boot there. Was probably happy to take the boundary throw in, and they do get it initially. Good work in defence from Addison Stokes out of Seymour. She'd certainly like to see more of the ball out of the defensive 50 to start this game. They've been under siege, but they haven't conceded a goal as of yet. So doing the ruck work. Here's Platfuss. Well done from Lavis, and just had the absolute head ripped off. Sophie Miller will be the beneficiary of the free kick. Giving it away was Dalmere. Sophie Miller. There's another one who plays at under 14 level. Meg Young, been busy early stages. Has also played some footy for the under 16 Bendigo Pioneers Futures programs. Kicked a goal in one of her two games earlier in the season for those two future games that they play. So they'll pop it to a big pack of players. Can they get a little soccer or something? Or will it be the Bushrangers defence coming up trumps yet again? It certainly will be. Joseph House has come up trumps a couple of times. Running onto it now, Madeline Price just going a little bit too quick for her own good in the end. Centering ball to the teeth of the square. 2-on-1 in favour of the Bushrangers. Trying to get the ground ball. Eventually does. That's a beautiful passage of play. Dalmere straight in front for the first for the Bendigo Pioneers. They deserve that. A lovely finish from Dalmere, the captain. And just like that, they've taken the lead. 1-1-7. Plays one straight 6. So a good start to this game. It's a lovely little handball feed. Dalmere finished off the job. Dalmere's actually already debuted at under 18 level for the Bendigo Pioneers. Played a couple of games early in the season. Debuted back in round 5 against the Cannons. So he's also been in the best 10 times from 11 games for Echuca. So one to watch for years to come. You can see why she's been bestowed upon the captaincy as the Pioneers looking to enter yet again. Brown. Apologies, that was England. Maybe just taking on a little bit too much in the tackle. Miller clearing that ball out. It's going to be coming straight back in to guess who, Dalmere. She got one from a similar spot only seconds ago, and she's got two in a matter of minutes. The skipper turning this game on its head in the first term. Almost mirror image plays. Someone just a little bit more further out. And they dominated the territory. They're finally getting the reward on the scoreboard. Bushrangers have only had the one inside forward 50 there. We were able to score a goal from it. Dalmere looking like a threatening option, looking like a prospect for years to come. Can they get the centre clearance? Slight fumble from Collegia. I believe that's Dalmere's just popped the handball on the outer side here at Marty Bush Reserve. The wind has stopped momentarily. A bit of a breeze going to the left of your dial, but it's pretty blistery conditions, hard to really tell. Free kick on the outer side going the way of the Bush Rangers. So we saw them kick a goal with their only entry. Can they do it with their second? Continue that nice conversion rate. It was just outside the paint of 50. It was just stripped of the footy. Nice work there from Fleary. Bouncing ball into the middle of the ground. Good attack. Phoebe Guppy just coming off the opponent, making the ball her own. As the ball just eluding everyone at the moment. Little soccer. Just a little feather up, really. On ground level, this slippery Sharon proving tough to deal with. Mia Hurd. The kick was intercepted, and here come the Bendigo Pioneers yet again. How's that for a grab? Beautiful stuff. That's Alford out of White Hills. Top of the square, threatening yet again. Well done in defence, though. Madeline Price has saved another goal. So Price is going to play on for the defensive goal square. We've seen this play before. Joseph Hauser, who's kicked 10 goals in 15 games for Seymour, starting to play a defensive role. I imagine a lot of the players will play a variety of positions throughout the V-Line Cup and test them out in spots that they may not have had a lot of experience in. There's ball in dispute, slightly forward of centre. Here for Goulburn Murray. And just looking like the far better side. Dalmere is having some kind of afternoon. 2 goals. He's going to get another inside forward 50. Yates will play on immediately. Just dropping the mark, though, was Price. Now he's got a lot of pressure in and around it. Can they get their third goal through Jada Wright? Just missing to the left. 2-3-15. The Bendigo Pioneers move to. It's Goulburn Murray, just the one straight 6. So a couple of missed opportunities. Joseph Hauser. The driving kick to the outer side. The ball was just wobbling a bit in the air there. Right over the top. Believe it's Dukes now. Another centering ball. Another dangerous deep entry. Couldn't quite hold it on the mark, though. Could Platfuss. Can she get it on ground level? Well defended. Just some desperation. But it's going to come straight back in. Opportunity arises. And Platfuss unable to convert. Apologies, there is a number 22 out there that certainly wasn't listed, so I'll have to check with you at quarter time there for the Bendigo Pioneers. So apologies to anyone watching if I've called the number 22 there for Bendigo incorrectly. As we'll throw this one in. Out of sight. Sun just starting to come through the clouds, but I'm a bit hesitant to go early on, saying it could turn into a good day, because when you say that, Often it just starts bucketing down seconds after, so we'll toss it back in, doing the ruck work for the Pioneers. It's going to be Guppy. Phoebe Guppy, fantastic name. There's Morgan on the outer side, absorbing the contact, getting taken to ground. Umpire waiting to see if this one will slip out, which it does. Just teetering with the boundary line at the moment. Centering ball, trying to get it out of defence. Goulburn Murray. Collegia. Little soccer. Back into the direction of the opposing team's goal, though. Bouncing ball inside forward 50. Can it just slip out the back for Yates? Defender lost her positioning. Ball trickled out. So 6 plays 16. It's only a 10-point margin, but feels like it's a lot more than that. Inside forward 50, yet again, just bursting away, straight in front for the third. Beautiful finish. That's Alfred hitting the scoreboard. That's 3 now for the Pioneers. All coming from in pretty similar fashion too. They've all been on the run from sort of that 20 to 40 metre region, pretty much straight in front. And Alfred with the first of the day. Dalmir's got the other 2. Alfred has kicked 14 goals from her 16 games. Been in the best 7 times for White Hills this year. Also kicked a nice bag of 4 against Rochester in round 9. So is a noted goal scorer. There's the players just making a few interchanges. Can't imagine we'll see too many 666 warnings today. So throw back up in the middle. Can the Goulburn Murray Bushrangers respond? Will it be one-way traffic the way of Bendigo? It's great to be out here for another V-Line Cup. Was here last year for a wonderful edition. There were some very high-quality games and some players that we've already seen come through the ranks of the Talent League, the Herald Sun Shield and the likes. Charlie Conway bouncing ball inside forward 50 yet again, and then it just landed nicely. Just hit the wrong side of the boot though for England. Still an opportunity. Trying to get the soccer. Well defended yet again from Price. Desperation footy. Those players just trying to yank it out of their hands. Joseph Hauser with another clearing kick out of defence. Well, not quite. Not out of trouble yet. Couldn't quite garner possession. And everything's just falling the way of the Pioneers. Kick just going slightly askew. That was a nice gather from Joseph Hauser. I think very busy. Got the nice gather and then was pinned for holding the ball though. So I'll pop it into the top of the square. It's dropping the mark just outside the goal square. Threatening position to score. They've just got to hope for the best with those clearing kicks, and the top of someone's car's just going to have a nice little bump on it. Only narrowly missing the window there. I certainly parked around the back. Learned that the hard way. Wasn't a football though, it was a cricket ball. So inside forward 50. That was a good bit of forward craft shown there from Yates. It was just a nice little bit of body contact. It didn't give away the free kick. Couldn't quite pull off the mark, but nonetheless some promising signs there for the forward. There's Charlotte Yates, who also plays for Mildura and the Plimpton Bulldogs in the Sandful. So it goes to show just how far some of these players are travelling to be here for the next few days. Wonderful to see Ballarat hosting yet again. They put on an absolute show last year. Platypus winning the tap. The defenders are going to be very tired, all of us, and it's going to be a holding free kick. Well officiated. She might have touched it for about 0.6 seconds, but never quite actually had possession of the footy. It was Macy Boyd, the beneficiary. Nice little sidestep there on the outer side. That was Sophie Miller, one of the 13-year-olds I was speaking about. He's been one of the best for the Murray Bushrangers, who are struggling in the early stages of this contest. It'll be interesting to see after both teams have played from both sides of the ground, just to see if there really is a favourable scoring end, as there might be a bit of high contact. That's the quarter-time siren. 1 straight 6 for the Goulburn Murray Bushrangers. The Bendigo Pioneers 3-4-22, thanks to 2 goals to Harper Dalmere and to Malaya Alford. As we'll have a quick break here on AFL Victoria's Facebook page. and the AFL Play YouTube page. Austin Kruger here for the 2025 V-Line Cup. Welcome back, everyone, to the 2025 V-Line Cup. We're here in Sebastopol, just outside of Ballarat, for our first matchup of 3 for this afternoon. We've got the Goulburn Murray 1 straight 6, thanks to a goal from Chloe Ryan from their first entry after about 9 minutes of play. Was just dominated inside forward 50 for the Pioneers. They're in the blue Guernseys that'll be going to the right of your dial. The goal scorers for Bendigo was 2 to the skipper in Harper Dalmere, and the other one going to Malaya Alford. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast this afternoon. My name is Austin Kruger. Pleasure to be here on the YouTube channel for the live stream. I believe Facebook might have kicked this off, but we'll continue on. So it'll be interesting to see how Goulburn Murray can respond, and if there is that favourable scoring end. As the day's turning out okay at the moment. We've heard it's pretty grim over at Ballarat City Oval. As the kick just went right into the teammate there, but Lily Dunham was going to try and mop up the mess. Well defended from Goulburn Murray, just applying the pressure early stages, second quarter, but I'll get another entry here with the Pioneers. Bursting out of the pack from the pocket. This would be some kind of goal for Charlotte Yates, but does the unselfish thing instead and passes it off. Bouncing ball. It's a 2-on-1, but it was 1 out. Here from Goulburn Murray. Excellent work in defence. Tough one to read now. Broadcast side here at Marty Bush Reserve. Fantastic tackle. It was Ruby McLeod laying the tackle. We're still able to get the handball out of the pack. And we'll throw this one up. Centre wing broadcast side. Good start to this game. 4 goals we saw in the first term. 3 of them going the way of the Pioneers. And that is Annabelle Carr in the number 22. I was able to confirm that at quarter time, so apologies. As we'll have another repeat stoppage. Of course, the V-Line Cup is the next step into the talent pathway programs, of course. I mean, we only just finished the Coates Talent League season a couple of days ago. As the handball there from Britain finding Jukes. A good chain building. That's a nice kick. Got some good purchase on it too. Tried to get the front positioning. Couldn't quite take the mark. Kaleja just stripped it of the footy. And a promising start to the second term here for Goulburn Murray. Can Wellington run onto the football? Well defended from behind from Pinner. As the cavalry arrives to the pack and will force to throw this one up. But as I said, a much better start here in the second for Goulburn Murray. Really took them about 10 minutes to get into the game in that first quarter. So throwing up just outside the goal square, left forward pocket. A little flying shot out of the pack as I believe it was deflected. Chloe Ryan, our only goal scorer for Goulburn Murray. 2 to Dalmere and 1 to Alford for the Bendigo Pioneers. A classic country matchup. It's a slightly shallow throw in. It's going to be tough for the umpires today with the conditions as the breeze has just picked up a touch towards the left of your dial, in which Goulburn Murray will be kicking towards. So rinse and repeat, throw it back up. Front positioning here from Phoebe Hawker, winning the tap down. And the kick from the pockets. That's an amazing finish. Goulburn Murray get the first of the second quarter. It's Chloe Ryan yet again. From the pocket, tight angle. That is some kind of goal. That is her second, as I mentioned before, only 13 years of age. Out of the Moama Football Club. Probably the smallest player out there and having the strongest impact so far. Tight little window to get that kick away for Chloe Ryan. And a good start. Goulburn Murray 2 straight 12. Pioneers 3-4-22. Game just starting to lift a bit here in this second term. In the middle, tackle instantly from Lavis, one of the co-captains for Goulburn Murray. Got a couple other games happening as well on the YouTube channels. Here at Marty Bush Reserve, it's going to be must-watch TV. Annabelle Carr getting the clearance. Couldn't quite garner possession though, Sophie Miller. Ball in dispute, trying to surge it forward. Dalmere with a spin out. Apologies, that was Meg Young. She was dispossessed, a little bit lenient. Ruby Morgan trying to send them forward. Bit of a fumble. We've got a player that's just pulled up a bit ginger from that contest. So keep our eyes there. It's play for Goulburn Murray. Can't quite identify the number there. It'd be nice if we had them on the front if anyone's watching. That's a nice tap down there from Annabelle Carr. Tried to put it to advantage of her midfielders. Somehow just scooped that handball out of the pack. Dalmere with another disposal and another threatening kick inside forward 50. She kicked two and she set up just about everything else. Yates has had a couple of moments where she's looked like she was going to kick a goal from the boundary. Doing the defending yet again, Madeline Price. I mean, Chloe Ryan's kicked the goals, but Price has been the rock in defence for Goulburn Murray. There's a little scoop out. There's the ball in dispute inside forward 50 here for the Pioneers. Price, yet again, just desperation. Just slapped onto the boot. Bouncing one, tough one to read. The Collegia's done well. That's going to be an incorrect disposal. Just as Goulburn Murray were looking like they were going to have a nice foray forward. Nice little chip kick in boards. It's a nice one too. Good skills on display early stages. Dalmere taking the mark. You're going to be hearing that name quite a lot. You already certainly have. Julia Taranto here out of Echuca United. And I believe that's a 50-metre penalty. So Taranto will be taken pretty much just outside the goal square, if not into the goal square, and can put through a certain goal here for the Pioneers, just as Goulburn Murray were getting themselves back into the contest. Julia Taranto, nice to see her not rushing the shot, go through your proper routine, doesn't matter how far out and how easy the shot may be, still going to go through the process. That is what Julia Taranto is doing straight in front for the instant response, and maybe you should have rushed her because that one's just gone askew, so minor score. I believe it was just rushed over the line in the end. There's Goulburn Murray trying to clear it out. Looking the goods here in the second term. And we'll over the top in the direction of Boyd. As we can see the under 15 Division 2 boys just below us watching on. There'll be an action up next, giving away another free kick. It's going to be Meg Young here. Represented Central Rivers as well in that rep game. Did go down by 6 points in that matchup. Also played a couple for the Pioneers already within the Talent League. Inside forward 50, Bendigo up. They've been the better side throughout. Goulburn Murray's been able to get a bit of momentum back their side, but it's building back in the way of Bendigo. Straight in front, on the run. Jada Wright makes no mistake. And yet again, a goal on the run. All four have nearly been from the exact spot. All on the run, straight in front. And Jada Wright joining in on the party. Only turned 15 last week. Did Jada Wright out of Redcliffs. 15 goals she's kicked from 12 games at under 16 level. Also kicked a bag of 5 earlier in the season. The Sunraysia Football Netball League. So one of the many threats that we're seeing for the Bendigo Pioneers. Of course, the Pioneers within the girls' competition in the Talent League had a bit of a struggling season. Nice little Hannah Fisher and Platypus. Meg Young just bursting inside forward 50, but a good interception taken. I believe it was Joseph Hauser. Kick was smothered, just slightly rushed, putting themselves under pressure now. Are Goulburn Murray? Can the Pioneers capitalise off this counter-attack? Certainly can. Yates has had many a moments. Just couldn't quite get the purchase. Marked in the defensive goal square. Looking to try exit quickly now. Goulburn Murray. The overcast conditions just starting to come in a bit more. There's a few people starting to creep out of their cars, but they might be going back in pretty soon the way it's looking. I believe that was Young there, just getting the front positioning. Nice handball. Receiving it there was Eve Jukes. Got a nice set of jukes. Be able to hold on to that quick handball receive in slippery conditions. As handball back into space. First at it, Goulburn Murray will be tackled immediately. Good handball over the top. Centering ball. It's a dangerous one. Going across their face in defence is always a tall ask, but when you're under this kind of pressure, you certainly can't blame them. There's free kick. It's going to be hold. Could have been a little bit of high contact as well. And Dalmere, interesting to see if she's got the range here. She's already kicked 2 goals. Wind is going against her. Dalmere certainly got a good roost of it into the goal square. Got 2 hands to the footy. Just couldn't quite hold on to the mark. Goulburn Murray yet again desperately defending. Trying to get a stoppage or rush this one over the line. Pioneers do get the kick away. I believe it came off the boot of Charlie Conway. Another minor score, so they've had a few opportunities they couldn't quite convert on. For the Division 2 boys game, starting at 4 o'clock, then the Division 1 boys at 6. So a bit of night footy here at Marty Bush Reserve. Should be fantastic. As they've managed to clear it to the broadcast wing here, Goulburn Murray, but for how long is the question? Oh, there's a few oohs and ahs in the crowd. Free kick going the way of the Pioneers. Imogen Brown out of Eaglehawk. Towards our half forward. Really pressing now are the Pioneers. Going back with the flight, just landing nicely though for Fleary. Lost her footing, scooped up. Just gave the handball received directly to the opponent there, and yet again, Goulburn Murray have just got to go for those spray and praise out of defence. Hasn't worked out for him a hell of a lot today, but this one might just do so. On ground level, trying to garner possession, Phoebe Hawker was taken completely without the football. Matilda Britton giving that one away. Phoebe Hawker out of Shepparton and the Shepparton Swans. 171 centimetres. Selling a bit of candy off the mark. Goulburn Murray. Beautiful kick down the line. It was Ruby McLeod. Numbers here with the Pioneers. Bouncing one in towards the goal square. Just happy to rush it over. Well done in defence. So 13 plays 30 in favour of the Bendigo Pioneers, right in front of us here at Marty Bush Reserve. Clearing kick numbers yet again with Goulburn trying to tap it back into play. It's Heggart, sorry. That could be a free kick without the footy. Luckily it was already over the boundary line. I believe we've got the Bendigo boys beneath us and the Goulburn Murray to the right. They're under the sheds here. The boys beneath us just bracing the weather. Unopposed in the ruck contest was Ruby Morgan. There was a free kick off the ball. Crowd happy with that one. So it'll be brought back. Which way is it going? Might just be a recalled bounce. It will be a recalled boundary throw-in. 76th edition of the V-Line Cup. Wonderful competition. It's great to see Dan Butler, of course, the Premiership Richmond Tiger player, now St Kilda forward, officially announced Ballarat to be hosting it last week in a good article online. That was well done not to take the high contact from Ruby McLeod, but still laid the tackle. Macy Boyd then taken in a 360. Couldn't quite complete it though, and finish off the job was Brown. And here is Harper Dalmere bursting through. She has been a standout by some mile. Chloe Ryan as well from a Goulburn perspective. Trying to pierce that one back in towards Dalmere. They've got a one-on-one isolation just outside the goal square. Gets past the opponent. Does get the kick away, just not the connection from Kate Batchelor. Another minor score. 4-7-31 now are the Pioneers to 113. Goulburn Murray. Closing in on the halftime break. Beautiful kick out of defence. Have had some nice exits on occasion. That's a 2-on-1. Can Hawker make it her own? Certainly got 2 hands to the footy, just couldn't quite get it on the second bite. Great tackle. Price not rewarded. Ground on knife's edge here. The Mighty Bush Reserve thrown up. Flatfoot's doing the ruck work for Bendigo. Goulburn Murray trying to get the clearance, but Delmire's had something to say about it yet again. Lavis, running onto it. So it was a good start to the quarter for Goulburn. Able to control territory, get the goal, but Bendigo have wrestled it back since. It was 1 straight 6 at quarter time to 3-4-22. It's 31-13. I've got a tough angle on the scoreboard. You can barely see the numbers. Dalmere yet again. If we had any live stats, I reckon she'd be on about 15 already to go, along with a couple of goals. And God knows how many inside forward 50s. Good tackle. No, it wasn't. It was high, was it? Certainly was. So they've just been a little bit undisciplined. In defensive 50 at stages have Goulburn, just giving away free kicks at inopportune times, allowing some shots on goal. I'm going to pass this one off instead. Didn't think she had the journey, so did the right thing to try and pass it off. Just couldn't convert the kick. As in dispute. A lot of blue Guernseys around the footy. That forced the turnover yet again. I think she may have just smothered that with the face, going across the face of goal. Won't register a score. Can it stay in here for the Pioneers? Trying to track it down. But eventually running out of tarmac, doing the defending there, Grace Leslie. From a Goulburn perspective. So throw back up. This is where we've seen Bendigo look really dangerous. Out of those stoppages inside forward 50 and bursting away on the run. That's how they've scored all 4 of their goals. Price in defence. Going to be pinned. That's about the only mistake she's made all day. Been valiant in defence, but unfortunately on this occasion just took on a bit too much in the tackle from Ava Platfuss. Six goals, 6 best from 11 games for Echuca United throughout 2025. Has got some tough conditions to contend with the win, but a good defensive interception just outside of the goal square. I believe it was Grace Leslie. Turns 15 on Saturday. Was V-Line Cup representative last year as well. It's Goulburn Murray with a couple of important marks here in the latter stage of this second. They've shown a strong ability to take some good grabs, Goulburn Murray. Just haven't had enough of the footy in their forward half of the ground, and it's going to be coming straight back in through Taranto. He's had a good second quarter, has Taranto spilling the mark just outside the paint. Potentially taken without it. There was Imogen Brown. The ball just slips out, eluding Goulburn yet again. It's just been that kind of day for him. Everything seemingly bouncing the way of the Bendigo Pioneers. Beautiful kick inside. Well done, taking the mark, Phoebe England. Might be a little bit too far out to score. We've seen a few shots from these spots. Just pull up in the wind just a touch. As the tackle in defence from Charlie Martin, stopping what looked like a sure goal for the Pioneers. There's certainly a bit of a height disadvantage here in this ruck contest. Kate Batchelor was the one who had to do it out of the stoppage. Unable. So 2-1-13 plays 4-7-31. Latter stage, second quarter here for the 2025 V-Line Cup. The Goulburn Murray Bushies exiting yet again. I reckon about 80% of the play has been in Bendigo's forward half of the ground. The defenders have done an excellent job, only conceding the 4 goals, to be quite honest. And they've been pretty efficient when they have had it inside their own forward 50. You have Goulburn. They're just very good around the coalface. There's Morrissey getting involved. Sent forward from Dunham. Just trying to put that one to advantage, letting the forwards run onto it, almost just getting in the road of each other, stripped of the football. Well done, Ella Davies. Take a bow. Is that going to be 50 metres as well? Don't believe so. So Ella Davies there with a fantastic tackle. Been in the best 6 times from 14 games to the Shepparton Swans. Only 14 years of age, showing some promising signs. Couldn't quite there. Good Lacey Wellington. Almost couldn't believe that it just landed to her out the back. There was a lot of Bendigo defenders in and around it. It nearly worked out for Imogen Brown. Halftime siren sounds. Goulburn Murray with a promising quarter, but Bendigo wrestled the momentum back towards the end. 2-1-13 Goulburn are. Both of those goals going the way of Chloe Ryan. And for the Bendigo Pioneers, 2 to Harperdale Mere, and then singles to Alea Alford and Jada Wright. Austin Kruger here for the 2025 V-Line Cup. We'll see you after the break. Welcome everyone to the 2025 V-Line Cup. We're live from Marty Bush Reserve. It's half-time for this girls' division matchup. The Goulburn Murray are on 2-1-13 thanks to 2 goals to Chloe Ryan. One of them, a lovely finish from the boundary pocket on the run. That's their only 2 majors they've been able to get throughout the first half. The Bendigo Pioneers, pretty dominant performance so far. Harper Dalmere, the clear standout, the captain, who's kicked 2 goals for herself to go along with Jada Wright. Got a nice one on the run, along with Malaya Alford. All of their goals for the Pioneers have pretty much come out of stoppages on the run. There's been some dazzling plays from both sides in defence. For Goulburn, Madeline Price has been a standout. The number 11. Goulburn, of course, in the purple Guernseys, going to the right of your dial. Bendigo in the blue, off to the left here at Marty Bush Reserve. Testing conditions for all involved today. Lily Dunham trying to get the clearance. This was a good ground ball get there from Dalmere, but was taken straight away in the tackle, and we'll throw it back up. Rain just starting to trickle down yet again. Austin Kruger's my name here live. Just on the YouTube channel, I believe, this afternoon. It's going to be a night game a little bit later as well. It's going to be jam-packed, full of action. Inside forward 50 Pioneers yet again trying to get the hot start. They've done so throughout the contest. Just got a slight little touch on it, though, did Ella Davies, just stopping them in their tracks momentarily. I believe that was called for a throw. A reprieving free kick here for Goulburn. Senna Jorgensen. Down the line she goes. Tough one to read in the air. Blistery conditions, so can't really fault the players. That one's just stayed in. Joseph Hauser had a very prolific start in the first quarter in defence. Haven't seen a lot of her in the second, but good start for her there. And we're able to get some territory going. And slightly forward to centre wing here, out of side, in favour of the Pioneers, leading this one 31-13. 2025 V-Line Cup, of course. The best of country footballers looking to make the next step into the talent pathway programs. As the Hammerfish trying to run onto it now is Eve Dukes. There's been some congestion throughout the day, but some clean football on ground level from both sides. Pioneers just a touch cleaner on occasions. They do get the little hack down the line. Haggett's had to do a lot of defending throughout. It's a 2-on-1 and somehow just scooped that out the back. Play on is the call. Batchelor just coming off the chest. Pioneers pressing early stages third quarter. Flat 20-minute quarters, of course. Had the front positioning, but a good tackle from Tracy. Apparently wasn't a little high. Ella Davies, the recipient of this free kick, as rain just getting a bit heavier. Davies out of the Shepparton Swans. Few of those Shepparton Swans players out there today, and Wynn just taking that one out of bounds. The Pioneers, yet again, will control possession through right, I believe. Dalmere, nice work. Ball just dipped at the last second and reached down and took a nice grab. Harper Dalmere, remember that name. Nice chiselling kick too, just couldn't hold it to the mark of Dunham. And just quickly whiz that kick out of the back. And we'll throw it back up inside forward 50. Boys Division 2 match coming at you next. Because we've already had one of the girls' game finish up. The Geelong Falcons defeating the GWV Rebels by 48 points earlier this afternoon. I remember last year the Geelong Falcons had a pretty dominant campaign. Shallow throw in, just ball getting halted in the wind. Unfortunate conditions today. Of course, the V-Line Cup's all about showcasing the talents, and days like today do make it tough, but you can still stand out nonetheless if you can show some clean footy and show your ability in conditions like this. Much as Harper Dalmere has done so, and the likes of the Pioneers. There she is, just putting on a bit of body contact, backs it up with a good tackle, forces the turnover. They'll get a shot on goal. Was it touched off the boot? I don't believe so. It'll bounce through. Beautiful finish. Annabelle Carp has been dominant in the ruck, hitting the scoreboard now. And well set up from some good inside forward 50 pressure from Harper Dalmere, and Annabelle Carr with her first. Of course, Carr was the player had to confirm with at quarter time because I wasn't given a number 22, so thank goodness we were able to call that goal. She had an excellent game, been good in the ruck. Both rucks have had a fair chunk of the hit-outs, to be quite fair, but Carr has been fantastic throughout. As Julie Taranto just coming on for this centre clearance. So thrown up in the middle of Marty Bush Reserve. First out of Ruby Morgan, out of Moana. Still only 14 years of age. Soccer off the turf. It'll work as well to Phoebe England. Just bursting away inside forward 50. Going back with a flight. No one could get the mark. Just outside the goal square. They've had some shots, some very promising spots. And just missing was Yates. She's going to get onto one eventually. She's looked so dangerous inside forward 50. Just few have pulled up a little bit short. That one I thought was going to be the short. As in defence yet again, Goulburn. I might have to put a few different players in there just with how much pressure they've been contending with throughout the contest. Well done. Kick there from Jukes was smothered off the boot as Goulburn trying to get something going here in this second half. Haven't had much of the ball in there, forward half of the ground. Little cheeky kick from Boyd. Turned 15 yesterday. So happy birthday there to Macy Boyd. Had another one out of Moama. Of course, right on the border there with the Chuka. I was talking about it before. We've got some players that have represented football within the Sandful. Have come a very long way to be here. And it's great that we have these types of competitions so we can really showcase players from all walks of life from all across Australia. As I mentioned before, and it's 76th edition, this V-Line Cup. There's Goulburn Murray on the outer side trying to get something going. Got it in their forward half of the ground at least. Who's Chloe Ryan? She's been the lively target for them. She's kicked their only 2 goals. One of them a set shot straight in front. The other one was a nice one in the pocket. And yet again, in congestion, Bendigo just too strong. Dalmia's kick was smothered. Went right back to the teammate, picks it up and just bangs it on its way. Has looked threatening. Here, Georgia Cunningham was able to finally hold on to the mark, though. How does Strathfield say? 15 next week. Inside forward 50. Tracy couldn't quite. Defending was Stokes. On ground level. Here's Yates yet again. Was stripped of the footy. Or was she held without it? She was held without it. So Charlotte Yates. I was talking about what players coming from everywhere. That's one of the players that plays some footy with Mildura and the Plimpton Bulldogs in the Sandful. Unfortunately, they did lose the grand final to the Port Districts this year. Goes for the kick to the top of the square. Opportunity gone begging. England couldn't quite hold on to the mark. It's a slippery ball out there. Little soccer forward to advantage, trying to run onto it and get any type of territory, but it's going to go right here to Jada Wright. Kicked a lovely goal in the second quarter. Yates yet again, just looking dangerous. Bouncing one, doing the defending. Madeline Price was able to funnel it out for a boundary throw-in, so a good result. And Price yet again coming up trumps in defence. His scoreboard could be further in front if it wasn't for her. There's some very grim-looking clouds just coming through. We've seen some flashes of sunlight, much like we've seen some flashes from Goulburn throughout. Just hasn't been consistent enough. Potentially a little bit high, but well officiated. Wasn't a whole lot in it. We'll throw it up. Another repeat stoppage inside forward 50 here for the Bendigo Pioneers. Both teams fantastic Guernseys as well. I love the V-Line Cup Guernseys. They're always stellar. I'll get some more information on them throughout the broadcast, throughout the next few days. Couldn't quite get the ground ball, could Cunningham. Gets it on the second attempt. Good repeat effort. Handball went straight to the opposition, though, and Sienna Jorgensen just went past it the first time. Gets it on the second occasion, and Tracy just a little bit too overzealous. Free kick going back to Jorgensen. It's been in the best 11 times from 13 games from the Thalia. Unfortunately, that kick just going out of bounds on the full. Already seen one car window nearly smashed today. Georgia Cunningham to bring him back in. Kick to bag of 5 against Sandhurst earlier in the year for Strathfield save. So, no to goal scorer. Yates missing to the right. Tell you what, could have about 3 or 4 by now. Certainly nothing to scoff at, though. Certainly would have been catching the attention of the coaches and all the people here in attendance as we get ready for another Talent League season. And then yet again, out of bounds on the full. That's 3 this quarter. Probably just need to change the angles a touch to Goulburn and try utilise the broadcast side. I'm not just saying that, so it's a little bit easier for me. Another disposal for Cunningham here in this third quarter. Can it bounce all the way through for a boundary throw-in? 2-1-13 at Goulburn. 5-8-38 at Bendigo Pioneers. 2 goals to Harperdale Mere singles to Alfred and Wright. And 2 goals, the only 2 goals for Goulburn from Chloe Ryan, who's only 13 years of age, thrown up. Price is going to do the ruck work, or the footwork, should I say. Trying to come in for number 3. Nearly just went through everyone there. Dalmere missing to the near side. Tough one for the defenders to read, as the ball's just been caught between the net and the fencing. Luckily, there's plenty of pills to choose from. Just asking. Oh no, he's got to. Whoever's in those cars, come on. Get out. Girls have been playing some tough footy. There must be some parents of the Pioneers. All in jest, of course. Joseph Hauser on kick-out duties. 10 goals she's kicked in, 15 for Seymour. Cunningham just couldn't hold on to the mark, as it's just been lingering around this exact area of the ground for some time here in this third term. Here she is yet again. Deserves a goal on the run. Cunningham in the... No, just missing to the right. So conditions tough for everyone. The forwards have had a few opportunities throughout. Only 5-8 or 5-9 have now kicked. The scoreboards just flashing a few different numbers. That's a dangerous kick, especially when Yates is in the vicinity. Can this finally be the moment? It certainly can. Thoroughly deserved goal for Shiloh Yates. She's nearly kicked a bag, but gets her first. Thoroughly deserved. Has looked so dangerous inside forward 50. Playing for Mildura in the Sandful. And that might just open up the floodgates for Yates. It just felt like that goal was imminent. It had been locked down there for some time. And the defenders can only do so much, but it's stayed down there. Because we're just waiting for a few interchanges. And there has been a 666 warning. Of course, the 666 warning single-handedly saving the St Kilda Football Club earlier in the year. Back in the middle, ball in dispute. Good work on ground level. That was a smart little tap down from Taranto. Just a little volleyball paddle, and now it's going to be Dalmere with what feels like about a 10th inside forward 50 of the game. Cunningham just got the handball away. It was well done from Jorgensen to nearly get the tackle. Can she get the kick away? She can. Price, well done. Under immense pressure, though. Numbers in blue. Just missing the target, Tracy. Just a fantastic gut running here for the Pioneers, but a good gang tackle from Goulburn. 50, it's going to be holding the ball. Took on a little bit too much. And that is going to be your free kick, Lovis. Has played 2 games for the Bushies at under 16 level in the Futures program already. So clearly, and is one of the co-captains. Unfortunately, that kick just not hitting the target. Dalmere, as the sun's starting to shine through yet again. Might have a fly from out the back. Yates kicked one from a similar spot about 2 minutes ago. Gets it on the third attempt, not quite. Doing the defending. Heggart. It's going to be some over-the-shoulder contacts. A reprieve. Free kick to Heggart. 175 centimetres. Only the age of 15. He's trying to get the ground ball. Collegia on the outer side out of the Shepparton Swans. It's stayed in it several times throughout today. We thought there was going to be some boundary throws. There's a few players just topple over the top of each other. Bendigo Pioneers with the bouncing one inside. Cunningham front positioning, defending. There was Lane. Yates lurking. She was pushed out of it. Tried to give the don't argue, did Tracy. Well done yet again. In defence from Goulburn. I believe Ruby McLeod there. So it was... Just need to get something going. Feels like they haven't even had an inside forward 50 here in this third quarter. And it's just teetering with the boundary line again, and Yates has a bit of a flight. Goes for a tumble. It's just the way she's been playing throughout. Charlotte Yates got that goal here in this third, which is our only goal so far. Apologies, there has been 2 this quarter. As the whistle has been blown, we'll bring it back. And just like that, all the clouds have cleared. About 5 minutes ago, it looked like it was going to start absolutely bucketing down. Now, on camera, it looks like a beautiful day, but I tell you what, on the ground level, I imagine it still would be quite wet out there. We've had rain throughout the day and throughout the last couple, so hopefully it dries out in the next couple and the girls can really showcase their talents, although it still has been a good display and good quality football. Of course, under 15 tournament. He's just ping-ponging around. Macy Boyd, slight feather on the kick. And gets the ground ball. Might be pinned here. Was able to get the handball just before getting pinned. Hit the wrong side of the boot and putting Annabelle Carr in a dangerous position. Has already kicked 1 this quarter. That was our first of the third. Good attack from Grace Leslie. Got the front positioning. Got the boundary throw in. Defenders can take a deep breath. I reckon if we did have the live stats, I reckon forward half of the ground possession here in this third quarter would nearly be at 100%. Haven't been able to register a score so far. Have Goulburn here in the third. To the left has been the scoring end, but it was a promising start in the second when Goulburn came out and kicked one early. Bendigo's just pretty much had the game played on their terms for the whole contest. Yates was still able to get the kick away. Apologies, that was Ruby Morgan. All the rain, half of the names on my sheets have just slowly dissipating as well. And he's been living in this left forward pocket for Bendigo. And almost put up the full-lease sign. The handball out of the pack. McLeod, yet again, just hoping for the best of those kicks. Good desperation, I believe, there from right. It certainly was on the boot of Sophie Miller. Can Goulburn get something going in the latter stage of this third quarter? That's a great handball. Fantastic purchase there to Mia Hurd. Advancing one towards high half forward. Can they finally get something going? Maisie Boyd, who was involved in the initial passage of playing defence, has gone up to the next contest. Now applying the pressure as the ball does slip out. A little bit lenient, bouncing ball, centering one. I'm not sure it was the intended target to Joseph Hauser, but it's going to work out regardless, because running in to an open goal, if she can get the ground ball, is Phoebe Guppy, the ruck. Misses to the right. As Guppy couldn't quite, probably had a bit more time to just size it up, continue to run in. They did have a one-on-one in the goal square. Continue to run in and then go with the handball over the top, but can't blame him for having a ping. And Guppy's been good today. And towards Mia Hurd on the outer side at Marty Bush Reserve. High tackle. Going the way of Goulburn, so all of a sudden things starting to go their way. Mia Hurd, who did play in the V-Line Cup last year. Kick just pulling up a little bit short. Well done on ground level yet again. They're cleanliness. It's been very impressive, Bendigo. And the ball has hit the turf. Sophie Miller landed the tackle, just couldn't quite finish off the job, but applied enough pressure, and there she is yet again. Bendigo have just got the ability to get those arms out and continue the surge forward, hoping for the best with that kick. As front positioning for Madeline Price, three-quarter time siren sounds 2-2-14 to Goulburn Murray. And the Bendigo Pioneers 6-9-45. Boston Kruger here. We'll take a short break before we bring you right up to the full-time siren for this girls under 15 Division 1 match. Welcome back, everyone, to the 2025 V-Line Cup here, live from Marty Bush Reserve. The Goulburn Murray Bush Rangers 2-2-14, thanks to 2 goals from Chloe Ryan. 31 points at the rears of the Bendigo Pioneers. Have put on a dominant display of football. 2 goals to Harper Dalmere, singles to Carr Platfuss. Apologies to Annabelle Carr. Charlotte Yates. Malaya Alford, along with Jada Wright. Tough conditions here at Marty Bush Reserve. We've seen a little bit of everything. There's been strong wind, there's been strong rain, there's been sunshine. It looks okay at the moment. Still very slippery, though, on ground levels. Little soccer there from Kate Batchelor. They've been dominant throughout. Just missing the handball, though. Well done on ground level from Jukes. Even better tackle, though, from Goulburn Murray. Trying to get a bit of spark going here in this last quarter. As down the line the kick goes. Running onto it here is Conway. Haven't had to do a hell of a lot of defending throughout the afternoon. Have Goulburn Murray, Dalmere, just taken on 2 tackles. Still got the handball away, but a teammate was under pressure, forcing the turnover inside forward 50. Trying to run onto it. There was Miller. As one of the parents is helping out on this occasion, retrieving the footy. With the under-15 Boys Division 2 match starting next. It'll get going at 4 p.m. And then at 6 o'clock, the Division 1 match-up, all between these two sides, of course. The Goulburn Murray Bush Rangers and the Bendigo Pioneers inside forward 50 here for Goulburn. Dalmere, out of Echuca, trying to run onto it. Chase down, brilliant. Goulburn getting themselves into this game through some good tackling pressure. Mia Hurd, who's also played some senior football this year as well at local level. Snap around the corner to be an almighty goal, but Phoebe Hawker couldn't get the accuracy. I've seen a few fly out in this left pocket throughout. It pretty much lived down this exact spot for the entirety of the third quarter. Austin Kruger's my name here on the live YouTube broadcast. Hope you're enjoying it. Of course, we've got 2 other games happening across town. Over at Mars Stadium in Ballarat and Ballarat City Oval. Excellent hosts. Is down the outer side, Matilda Wyatt out of Kyneton. He's trying to clear the ball out. It'll be coming back. Good grab taken in on half back from Charlie Conway. He's had some good moments in defence, Charlie Conway. As I said, they haven't had to do a lot of defending as Dalmere just lost the bounce. Another beautiful tackle, not rewarded. Carr was then dispossessed. Not happy on the sideline. Dalmere's kick was smothered yet again. She's just getting up, punching it forward. Well done. Cunnington in the pink helmet and the pink boots had a lively third quarter. Takes a bounce, just losing the footy there. Still able to continue to surge it forward there. Well done there from Cunnington. Towards the top of the square. Yates for a second. Shrugs past one. Kicks a second. And that's going to be enough now for the Bendigo Pioneers. Yates has been one of the standouts throughout this matchup. Should about 2 or 3 shots in the first quarter that either pulled up short or didn't quite make the distance. A couple in the second that she missed. In the third was finally able to break through with a lovely snap and showing her full skills on display. Yet again there, Charlotte Yates joins Harper Dalmere as the only multiple goal scorers for the Pioneers. So back in the middle of Marty Bush Reserve. Matilda Britton with the palm down, hit out, little spin coming from Hegart. Bouncing one towards Mia Hurd. With pressure though, I believe it was Conway yet again. I'm loving how many helmets we're seeing out here. Not being facetious either. More protection of the noggin is good, and it's nice to see there's some colourful helmets out there today. Probably the condition that the parents said we'll let you play footy in. So back inside forward 50 here for Goulburn. They've had a few repeat entries here in this last quarter. Is it going to be holding the ball or a high tackle? Neither. 50-50 play on into the goal square. Just running past the football, though. Couldn't quite. Desperation. Defence from the Pioneers. It was a soccer into a dangerous area. Was it slightly deflected there? Lavis. Can Ryan get onto her third? Not quite yet again. Well done. It was Alford. There's something happening in that pocket. There must be a magnetic pull. Because the ball just seemingly going out of bounds on the ball every time. I might have just bounced just in line, so apologies. But regardless, Alford in defence came up. A couple of repeat efforts there. The Pioneers kicked a goal in the first half, put her into full back and doing the job as well. Versatile player. That's what's good about the V-Line Cup as well. We'll see a variety of... That's going to be a throw. I was about to say as clear as day, but it's not as clear as the day here at Marty Bush Reserve. We just don't know what's coming next. The clouds seeping in yet again, just outside the paint of 50, bringing them in. Collegia, 171 centimetres already. We'll try and pop it up into the hot spot. Ooh, a little bit of space out the back, nearly for Chloe Ryan, who's had a good afternoon, taking on a lot. Matilda Wyatt doing so nicely. And off to Charlie Conway. Arguably in the best out of defence, Charlie Conway. And the Goulburn have been pressing. Conway's had the answers. Pioneers looking to burst away. Here she is yet again. Although just couldn't quite garner possession. Interesting looking handball down the line. Dukes' kick will go. Good attack on the football to make up the ground to get to the mark. I believe it was Lily Dunham. Haven't had much of the footy in their forward half of the ground. The Pioneers here in the last. Of course, Yates did kick that goal. Apart from that, Goulburn's been able to control territory throughout the last quarter. The Pioneers looking to pile on the damage here for this 2025 V-Line Cup. It's the first matchup for the girls out here at Marty Bush Reserve between these two sides. Somehow finding a bit of space. There was Annabelle Carr for a second. Will it continue to bounce? It certainly will. A little fortuitous, but good skills nonetheless. Annabelle Carr's got two, along with Yates and Dalmere. So some of the stars really hitting the scoreboard now. Been good in ruck. Kicked one in the third, now in the fourth. 2-2-14. Goulburn Murray. 8-9-57 to the Pioneers. I know they've struggled a bit today, the Goulburn Murray Bushrangers, but it has been fantastic to see the development of the Murray Bushrangers squad within the Girls Coach Talent League competition. Of course, they made the preliminary final this year after finishing bottom of the ladder in 2024, so we're clearly seeing some development through the Bushrangers. And speaking of, Anderson inside, good kick, better mark. Out of the centre clearance, good footy here. They've shown patches of brilliance like this. Can Ryan get some space? Did anyone get a hand onto it? Doing the defending yet again. Here's Conway, and the numbers are on the front. There's Conway with the clearing kick yet again. Well done. Lavis, not rewarded. Taken without the footy. Play on. Slammed into the Turk. Lavis has had some crunching moments throughout the day. Somehow getting the kick away was Matilda Britton out of Kyneton. Slight fumble from Miller. There's Fleary. Potentially held without it. Zalia Fleary. How's that? Fantastic work there from Brianna Lane out of Seymour. Just had a couple of little moments like that just to spark the interest of all the coaches and potential scouts watching on the broadcast. I hope you're enjoying it, of course, in the middle. Did well to actually get that handball away, did Fleary. He's had a couple of touches in this passage of play, and Dukes just pops out nicely for her. And the Pioneers, towards the latter stage of this game, trying to get a couple more onto the board. Well done in defence. Had a lot to contest with, did Jorgensen. It'll be coming straight back in through Dukes. Some of their kicks inside have let them down a touch, but they've been fantastic throughout. There's a little dangerous tap back in towards the corridor. Has taken in a bit of a 360. Ball in dispute, under pressure. Well done here from Goulburn. Probably unlucky not to be rewarded, and they will be. Oh no, it's going the other way. allowing an opportunity for Ella Tracy to line up directly in front of the big sticks. Finish this game off with a bang. Tracy comes in. And it's going to pull up just short. Came off hands, then hit the post. Players still contesting for the football. Can't be long left now. The time clock's not quite working here at Sebastopol, so I do apologise. Can't really bring the laptop out here at the moment either because the table's absolutely soaked. I can barely read any of the notes. I'm trying to keep it in. Just outside. Bendigo's forward 50. As we can see the boys warming up on the other oval. Beautiful backdrop here at Marty Bush Reserve. It's a lovely area of Victoria out here in Sebastopol, just outside of Ballarat. I'm sure there'll be plenty of people floating about town tonight. Watching the Brownlow a bit later on. So it's been thrown back up inside forward 50. Taken without it with the Pioneers. It'll be a free kick. Going to Morrissey. Been in the best 14 times for 17 games at local level, Morrissey. So has been standing out at local level. And that's what you've got to do to get selected into these teams. It's a fantastic achievement for these young athletes trying to make their mark in their footballing careers. Snap around the corner from Tracy, who's had some moments inside forward 50. Just hasn't been able to quite pull off the major as of yet. Just outside the goal square, pressing that's been living down here for the last couple of minutes. And the flying shot goes through, falling to ground as she was getting tackled. And yet again, just locking that one in there. There's a lot of players in and around. Apologies. Might have been Dunham. Nonetheless, a great finish, as I said, falling to ground. All getting tackled, still getting the shot through. So I'll take it back to the middle. Matilda Britton on ruck duties here for the Pioneers. Plays a Kyneton in the Riddle district. Was a rep playing in Division 2 AFL Vic rep series earlier in the year. Also kicked a few goals, so there we go. Is that going to be a 6-6-6 free kick? I said at the start of the game we weren't going to see one. We've had it all today here at Marty Bush Reserve. Can Goulburn Murray finish on a strong note? Will the defence continue to be impenetrable? Platfuss with the clearing kick. No one could get a mark. Ball hits ground level. I believe it was Morrissey that got that kick away. Good flight from Lavis. Just couldn't quite finish off the job. Didn't have the height advantage, but still looked like the lively target, along with her tackling prowess, as Dalmia with another disposal here in this V-Line Cup. One-on-one contest, one out from Sophie Miller against the bigger body, continuing to fight for this. Sharon was tackled there as soon as she picked it up from Pinner. $50-point margin in favour of the Pioneers. A little soccer towards high half forward. Guess who? Dalmia, yet again, just showing class in tough conditions. Right. He's given a couple extra seconds there to get that handball away and somehow did so. As the ball's just ping-ponging around between both sides at the moment. Fleary involved as she's done so throughout this last quarter. Morrissey as well as finished the game strong as the Pioneers. Yet again, can Yates come in for number 3? There's just a bit of last-ditch pressure at the last second applied from Grace Leslie, forcing that kick to be a boundary throw-in instead of a third major for Yates. There's a few of the parents starting to come out of the cars now. It's getting filled up as the rain somewhat clearing. Cunnington handball back into car, just couldn't quite get it initially. Goulburn doing the defending. Ryan was trying to apply the pressure, but they're going to get the centering ball. Who's going to get to it first? Should be Goulburn. I've got the numbers, waiting for the cavalry to arrive, but that's going to be a push in the back, you would think. No, it's not. Either way, it'll stay just outside the goal square. Cunnington thoroughly deserves a goal, but has been serving them up on a silver platter throughout the afternoon. Good passage building, but just at the last second, a fumble from Kate Batchelor. That would have been a really nice handball chain and potential goal there from the Pioneers. They've had some highlight moments throughout the day. As great tackle from Cunnington. Cunningham. Apologies, I'm in corner that wrong one all game. That is poor effort from myself. Georgia Cunningham. And rain has blurted a lot of the notes, but no excuse. Cunningham setting it up. He's been excellent today, so apologies there to the Cunningham family. In the pink helmet, number 18 for the Pioneers, just a minor score. Rush through latter stage of this under 15 girls V-Line Cup matchup. Not the required journey on the kick. Tried to come in with an acrobatic spoil there. There's Price involved defensively again. Little dribbler back in towards the centre square. And the first look at it did Goulburn Murray, but it'll come back in for the Pioneers. Fantastic mark in defence. Joseph Hauser, I believe. And there we go. Goulburn, yet again, have been able to show these flashes of marks coming out of defence throughout the afternoon. Lavis, the instant bounce. It's my biggest pet hate in football is the instant bounce. Nonetheless, well done there from Young. Delmere, the clearing kick into space. Who can run onto it? That's a good get on ground level there from Lane, who's showed some promising signs throughout. Morgan. Play on, says the umpire. Phoebe Guppy. I have to hope for the best of that one. Pioneers just continuing to have the answers. Ruby Morgan now with Sharon in hand. The chase down tackle, surely. Collegia doing the dirty work there for Goulburn, who's finished this game strong. Has been the best of afternoons for them. Well done, Josephine Hauser. Although just took on a little bit too much. Backed it up with a tackle. Did well to avoid the push in the back tackle, but it will be coming back. The hold. So Charlie Conway and another disposal off half back. Delmere has already played at Talent League level, finding the kick to Taranto. Was a little bit unlucky not to be rewarded for a push in the back. There's bodies crashing everywhere at the moment. As Taranto is heavily involved in this passage of play, will put them back inside to a bit of space. Goulburn, excellent work there from Brianna Lane. Under siege all day, Lane has been, and has been brilliant. They've done well to only concede the 9 goals, to be quite honest. It's basically only been played inside forward 50 here for Bendigo. Chloe Ryan got a couple goals in the first half for Goulburn. Macy Boyd. As Dukes awarded the free kick. Cunningham taking the mark. Apologies yet again for corner Cunnington. I'm absolutely kicking myself on that one because she's been brilliant today. Goes for the set-up kick. Pioneers looking for another one before it's all said and done as the ball does slip out the pack. Eventually does get the ground ball and missing to the near side was Imogen Brown. So 66 plays 14. Division 2 matchup next for the boys' comp. Of course, then at 6 o'clock we'll have the Division 1 matchup. All the action will be at Mars Stadium tomorrow, so it'll be good for the players to get some experience on an AFL quality ground. Hegart So the tallest player out there down the line didn't get the purchase. Taranto being very busy in the past 3 minutes or so has Taranto. A few sets of hands onto the footy. Again, just the clearing kick under pressure. Whistle. Which way is it going? The way of the Goulburn girls, much to the enjoyment of the fans in attendance this afternoon. Good crowd building. There's a good fly from Lavis. Here she is on ground level. She's had some good moments. It's full-time siren sounds. The Pioneers, the dominant display, take out this victory 66-14. A couple of standout players that we'll go through. We'll start with the winners for the Pioneers. I mean, Dalmere was excellent with a couple of goals. Same for Charlotte Yates. Looked very promising as well. Kick 2. Annabelle Carr was fantastic. Georgia Cunningham inside forward 50. Charlie Conway in defence was fantastic. For Goulburn Murray, Jasmine Lavis was excellent throughout in defence. Madeline Price had some wonderful moments and was under pressure all day. Phoebe Guppy as well. Brianna Lane. Some names to keep an eye out for the next couple of days as we'll get ready for our next match up here for the 2025 Beeline Cup. Boston Kruger here up next. It's going to be the Goulburn Murray Bushrangers taking on the Bendigo Pioneers for the Division 2 boys match up. We'll have a short break, but we'll see you shortly.